I've been going through the pages that have come from the court case that seek to challenge the constitutionality of the travel ban mandate. From what I can see from the unredacted information, there's a lot of emphasis on polling. We're seeing increased federal contracts to pollsters and a Trudeau government that looks to be continuously pushing the limits of public acceptability of mandates, while adapting their political positions in real time as they receive opinion poll results. There's a feedback loop there, so whether or not the polling has a large enough sample size or takes into account a varied geographic area, what's most important is the poll results. Because those results are what seem to be guiding the Trudeau government, how far they can go and what speed they can proceed at. Ecos Politics did a poll on September 2nd on public attitudes to the, in quotes, freedom movement. Ecos also did a poll on attitudes to using vehicles at protests and broke the data down by gender and age. Interestingly enough, they also did a breakdown of the data by the medical procedures that the respondents had taken. They noted that the boosted majority think vehicular protest is a terrible idea. Those who haven't taken any medical procedures love the idea, and the stalled double dosers lie in the middle. Minimizers, stalled double dosers. Language and words matter, but who sets the tone of the discourse? Legacy media repeats key phrases to shift the general population's thinking. Add in government by poll and we can make out the edges of a government that has no clear ethics or principles, and rather governs by what they can get away with while retaining as much public support as possible. The Trudeau government's plan was internally named Big Lift 2.0. That's right, Big Lift 2.0. The documents were released as part of the federal court case that seeks to challenge the constitutionality of the travel mandate ban that barred over 5 million Canadians from traveling for 8 months. Of course, much of the document remains redacted, but from what we can tell, the federal government has been game planning strategies for this coming fall and winter 2022 under the name Big Lift 2.0. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization, or NAZI, recently put out a statement.
The National Advisory Committee on Immunization, also known as NACI,
in their September 1st statement, they made it clear that a shorter interval between procedures is possible, as short as every 3 months, in other words, every 90 days. Now the government might be pushing, and Trudeau might be pushing for Big Lift 2.0. I know that I won't be complying. What will you be doing, brethren? 110% freedom every day, all the time, in every way. Hail, brethren! H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty. Out of all this stuff to come, I think my favorite has been the cell phone battery metaphor. What's yours? Hail, brethren, and hail freedom!
protection is like a phone battery. It needs to be recharged from time to time.
H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty. We are all like phone batteries. Hail, brethren, and hail freedom! My name is Rohan Kumar Paul. I live in Ottawa with my mother, wife, 5 children, and German Shepherd. I was Chief Technical Officer for a tech startup in Ottawa until I was fired in February for covering and participating in the Freedom Convoy. I need your help, brethren, to keep the war campaign doing what it's doing. We started out fighting the culture war as we saw an art form we loved descending into degeneracy. Comics have always been about heroism, but not so much these days. We decided to bring that back. I'm happy to announce the Vestige graphic novel series will be available for purchase at the end of this week. Get on the WCFreedom.com mailing list and support us in our defense of the multi-pronged war on culture, politics, and basic human decency. It's a 360-degree win, brethren, as you get epic historical fantasy graphic novels that make a great Christmas gift for the young and old. And you keep us, the war campaign, fighting for freedom. Honor, accountability, integrity, and loyalty. Old virtues that need a comeback. Hail, brethren, and hail freedom!